Okay, so far we've talked about tenths, which it goes ones, then we have our decimal, then tenths, then hundredths, okay, tenths, hundredths. All right, so now we're going to say that this is a whole number right here, okay? This is one whole, we'll call it a bag of Skittles, okay? Now if that's a whole bag and we color the whole thing in, please pardon my sloppy coloring, but this would be one whole bag of Skittles. So we're going to write that 1 in the ones place, okay, because it's one whole bag of Skittles. But let's look at this next bag, and let's say that Mr. Packham ate some of those Skittles, and all that we have left, we have this whole row, which would be 10. There's 10 in one row. We have this whole row. Now, by the way, there are 100 on this grid. This is a hundreds grid. So in all, there are 100 pieces here. Okay, so that's why we would call this next place the hundredths place. But if we have two full, so since this is a hundreds grid and we have two full groups of 10, we could say that that is 2 tenths, and I could put that in the tenths place, 2 tenths. But if I have two little stragglers over here, two straggler Skittles, that's not a full group of 10. So we're going to have to go out into the hundredths place and see that there are 2 straggler hundredths there, and I'll put that here. So we have one full bag of Skittles, we have 2 tenths, and 2 hundredths. So we would say this is 1 and 22 hundredths. That's the way that would read. Now for your homework tonight, you're going to write the word form and the decimal for each shaded part. So this is a whole right here, okay? And as you can see, it's split into,
Brian.
as you can see, if we were to count this, it's broken into 10 equal pieces. It's broken into 10 equal pieces, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4 of those pieces are shaded. So 4 tenths of that is shaded, but we have to write that as a decimal. So first of all, we're going to put our decimal point, okay? And then it goes ones, tenths, hundredths, okay? But we don't have any whole numbers here, so we're going to leave a 0 there for the ones place, all right? Now tenths, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tenths, because this is broken into 10 equal pieces. Now this particular shape for number 1, it's only in tens, so we're going to put a 0 for the hundredths place. But if you look at number 2, you can see that this one is broken into hundredths. So for this one, we're going to say that there are 1, 2, 3 full groups of 10. 3 full groups of 10. There were 0 ones. And the hundredths, if we count these, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 hundredths. So we would read this as 34 hundredths. And if you were to go and count each of these little boxes, you would end up counting 34 of them. So that's how you write it. Now we have to write it in word form. So let's do that. We would write this as 4 tenths. Okay. This one, I'll let you do that one on your own. But let me scoot up here. We're almost out of time. For each fact, shade a grid to show the part of the population of each country that lives in cities. Okay, so in Jamaica, this says 5 tenths of the people live in cities. So you would obviously shade in 5 of these. For number 4, it says only 11 hundredths, and we read that as hundredths because it goes out to the hundredths place. So only 11 hundredths of the population live in Uganda. So you would have to either go and count out 11 dots, or since there's one group of 10, you could shade in a whole group of 10, and 1, 1, you would shade in 1, 1, 11 tenths. Okay, go ahead and do number 5 on your own. I am out of time. My timer's about to go off here. So I think you can figure out the rest on your own. Good luck. Talk to you tomorrow.